This is the Isle of Palms podcast, produced by Island Vibes, the Isle of Palms upscale monthly publication. The Isle of Palms podcast is all about the people, places, and events that make this island a slice of paradise.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of Isle of Palms Community Podcast, presented by Island Vibes, the pride of Isle of Palms today, tomorrow, and always. We welcome a very special guest today, Mr. Blair Hahn, City Council member on Isle of Palms City Council. With the IOP election only less than 2 months away, we figured it'd be great to speak to a current council member to get some advice and tips.
All right. Well, thank you, Zach. I really appreciate you having us, or having me. Hopefully I can answer some questions and provide a little insight.
Blair, what does it mean to you personally to serve on the Isle of Palms City Council?
Yeah, Zach, it's a question or an answer that has changed over time. 4 years ago, I would have said serving on council gives me the opportunity to show others a better approach to issues that face the Isle of Palms. But that's not really how democracy works. It's messy, it's slow, and it's cumbersome. It's that way by design. Changes come slowly because it's better to have slow, sure change than it is to rush in and change things quickly before you realize that your changes were a mistake. The current White House administration is the poster child for this type of behavior, quite frankly. Good governance is being open to listening to ideas, regardless of the source. Be willing to reconsider your position always, negotiate to get the best possible outcome for our island and not for your ego. Consider all ideas as long as needed, never change for the sake of change, only change when it is clear that the change will make us better.
What are your proudest accomplishments while serving on council?
I'm not a statesman, Zach. My career was as a trial lawyer. I pay attention to words, to motives, and to agendas. Hypocrisy and lies get my back up, and I became a lawyer to stand up for those people that can't stand up for themselves. I don't tolerate bullies. I've attempted to call out those on council that lie, that bully, and that serve hidden agendas. I've been accused of all sorts of things as a result of that, and no doubt there will be more accusations as a result of this podcast. But that's okay. It's okay because if in the process I brought a little more transparency and ethical behavior to council, then I think everybody has benefited.
Hi, we're Alec and Marianne Chalmers. We love the vibe. It's great personalized and curated content for the island here. It's a great read. Thank you.
Island Vibes is awesome, and I love that it's a different perspective on the island, and the quality of the paper is super. Thank you.
And positive. Thank you very much.
Island Vibes is a deal.
You're watching the Isle of Palms podcast.
What have been the greatest challenges so far while serving as a council member?
You know, the actual issues on our island are pretty straightforward. Government at the community level is designed to provide basic infrastructure. We deal with trash, we deal with fire, and we deal with safety. Most other issues, not all of them, but most other issues are sound bites and solutions looking for a problem to fix. In my opinion, short-term rentals is an example of that. On the one hand, it sounds really good to cap and reduce short-term rentals. But that would gut the island's budget, and it would financially cripple many people that rely on that income. On the other hand, increasing short-term rentals destroys the island as we know it. Obviously, neither position is a good one. So bringing both sides together for a compromise would be the obvious answer. But that's impossible with the current makeup of council and the contentious atmosphere that trickles down in politics from Washington, quite frankly. In reality, people currently don't want a solution. They want an emergency they can point to and scream about. As for the real issue of rentals, I think it'll naturally take care of itself. The trend in rentals on the Isle of Palms is going down as real estate values increase, making the short-term rental business financially unappealing. That downward trend will continue, I believe, as the Charleston metro area grows and more people choose our island to call home. So back to your question, what's the biggest challenge? Getting people to stop manufacturing crisis after crisis and dealing with the reality of what's happening on our island.
What's some insight or advice you can give candidates who are seeking election or re-election?
Run away, Zach. Just run away. Seriously, it's a worthwhile endeavor, and I'm glad that I've done it. But you have to do it with your eyes open and do it for the right reasons. Our island is changing. It will never again be the island that it was 30 or 40 years ago. Nor will it ever be the same as Sullivan's Island, no matter how hard some people try to make it that. Recognize the change that has occurred and the change that's coming. Attempt to create policies and decisions that are compatible with the inevitable changes that are coming. Know and accept that democracy is slow and messy. And again, small changes, small corrections, and always work to do no harm.
What advice do you have for voters who are either new to the island or first-time voters prior to casting their votes?
Yeah, do your homework. Ask questions. Look for candidates that genuinely want to understand residents' concerns and are open, honest, and independent. Unfortunately, we have a movement on our island by a small group of moneyed interests that want to force their agenda on the residents for the benefit of that small group. Be aware of that and find people that are, again, independent and are honest and want what is in the best interest of everybody on the island.
Blair, and before we let you go here, just want to remind our listeners that early voting for election takes place October 20th through October 31st at the Isle of Palms City Hall and at the Recreation Center from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Election day is Tuesday, November 4th, and polls open at 7 a.m., 7 p.m. And once again, for all your news on the Isle of Palms, visit readislandvibes.com. Thanks, Blair, for being with us today.
Oh, thank you so much, Zach. And thank you for what y'all are doing for the island and giving everybody a platform to hear and understand the political news of the day. So thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening or watching the Isle of Palms podcast, produced by Island Vibes, the Isle of Palms upscale monthly publication. Find past and current episodes by visiting isleofpalmspodcast.com.